Number 1.
That was the last interviewee. Looks like we have some decent candidates for the manager position.
I'm not convinced we should stop looking yet.
But the position has been open for over a month. I've been covering as best I can, but it's a struggle.
I know, but the job requires a very specific skill set.
Several applicants seem to meet most of our requirements. Perhaps you should adjust your expectations a little. I mean, we could wait forever for the perfect person.
I'm not so sure. I don't want to jump the gun.
Question. What does the man imply?
Number 2.
Frank, will you be available on Friday for a feedback session about last month's sales figures?
Friday? I've got 2 meetings in the morning, and I promised a client I'd visit their office that afternoon.
Frank, you know I've been telling you to delegate more.
Believe it or not, I took your advice to heart. But my whole staff is working overtime now, so I can't ask them to do more.
Then you have to ask your boss to bring additional sales staff on board.
I wish it were that easy. As you know, the president wants to cut costs.
Yeah, but without a properly functioning sales team, the company's future would be pretty hopeless. I think you have a strong case, so don't give up so easily.
Question. What does the woman suggest that the man do?
Number 3.
Hi, Lisa. How are you enjoying your violin classes?
They're good but very demanding.
Yeah, I studied with Mrs. Jackson for years.
I've been playing since I was a kid, but she has me working on the basics.
It's just to perfect your technique.
I know, but she's such a slave driver.
You do know that she's the most sought-after teacher in New York, and a virtuoso herself.
That's true.
It'll be tough, but if you stick with Mrs. Jackson, you won't regret it.
Question. What do we learn about Mrs. Jackson?
Number 4.
Hey, Patrick, you better watch out for the boss today.
Why? What's up?
She needed to make a bunch of copies this morning, but the copy machine was still broken.
Oh, no. I was supposed to call and get the maintenance company to come. It totally slipped my mind.
Don't worry too much. She tends to blow things out of proportion, but she usually forgives and forgets pretty quickly.
Well, I'll get on it now and stay under her radar for the rest of the day.
Question. Why is the man worried?
Number 5.
So, Janet, did the boss like our ideas for the new TV ad campaign?
Actually, he said our budget is going to be halved.
That's insane. That won't be nearly enough.
Tell me about it. He wants to put more ads on the radio. Thinks it's a more cost-efficient way to reach our target market.
Not according to our marketing polls.
He also suggested we try another direct mail campaign and see how that pans out.
Well, I guess we'll just have to do what he wants.
Question. What does the boss want these people to do? Number 6.
Tom, long time no see. How's everything with your new job at the ad company?
In one word, stressful. The majority of ads I create are for engineers, so I have to get all the technical details right, and that's not easy.
And I guess you have a lot of tight deadlines.
Yes, but that's nothing new. The problem is, I have to do a lot more research now, too.
You always did great work at RCB Graphics, so I'm sure you'll get used to it soon.
Thanks. I hope you're right.
Question. What is the man's concern?
Number 7.
I think I've been tricked.
Tricked? By whom?
A salesman came to my door. He was so persuasive, I didn't know how to say no.
Oh, no. You didn't buy something, did you?
Well, he said it was a revolutionary new filing system. But when the package arrived this morning, it was just a plastic box for $100.
Have you tried to contact him?
I rang the number he gave straight away, but it turns out there's no such number.
I think you're going to have to chalk this one up to experience.
Question. What does the woman think?
Number 8.
So, what do you think of the office space, Miss Kato?
The location is outstanding, but it's quite a bit more spacious than what we were originally looking for.
I understand that, but given the way your firm has been expanding over the past 2 years, it might make sense to allow yourself some flexibility.
Good point. On a square meter basis, the price is certainly reasonable, and I'd hate to have to think about relocating again, at least not for several years.
Question. What will the woman probably do?
Number 9.
This is a great apartment. I think it would suit your parents well.
Yeah, the location is great, and it's in the vicinity of the train station. It might need a few modifications for them, though.
Well, let's think about what they'll need. Your dad's still fairly strong, so the outside steps shouldn't be a problem for him.
Yeah, but I think a ramp would be better, especially if Mom needs a wheelchair, which is looking increasingly likely.
I'm sure a ramp could be added, maybe even a wheelchair lift if it comes to that.
There's also no handrail to support them if they were to slip. Mom's going to want to bring her friends over, and they're all in their 70s or 80s.
Safety's definitely a concern. And since we're on the subject, there's no outdoor light by the walkway leading to the steps.
I'm thinking we could probably take care of what we've discussed, which would keep costs down.
Maybe, but let's ask the agent if the building's owner could do them first, or even if they're possible. If not, we can look at some other places before we decide.
Question. What is one thing these people say about the apartment?
Number 10.
Thanks for coming to this meeting. I wanted to catch up on progress with the English program at our affiliated elementary school. Did you get everything sorted out?
Quite the opposite. We observed classes and talked with teachers, and it's the same old story. The 2 part-timers are doing great in the circumstances, though.
Yes, but one of them told me she may give notice if things continue as they are.
You're kidding. Give me some specifics.
Well, curriculum development is so far behind schedule that teachers often have no materials for classes.
But that's Helen's job, not theirs. That's the whole reason we sent her out from the university.
Exactly. And that seems to be the heart of the problem. Helen seems to be leaving work early and isn't getting the curriculum done.
I also hear that some of the teachers are afraid to confront her, too, since they think she's their boss.
But she's not. Margaret is.
That's not how they see it.
So what can we do? Are you considering pulling Helen out of the elementary school?
We're not there yet. I suggest we sit down with her and have a frank discussion. We need to set clear goals and then monitor things more carefully.
Okay, and we also need to make clear that Margaret's in overall charge of the English program and make sure that she's being more proactive.
Question. What is one of the problems at the elementary school?